50. Well, welcome to the 53rd Horizon Kids Sunday vlog. We have officially been on YouTube as Horizon Kids for a whole year.
Wow.
Our YouTube channel has turned 1.
That is so crazy, Carly.
It really is.
Yeah.
It is nuts.
Yep.
So
send your gifts to Horizon Church. Make them out to Jacob and Carly.
Yeah, registered at, just kidding. But here we are, a whole year on. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk? Right?
But as always, if you are just hopping on to the Horizon Kids Sunday vlog or the Horizon Kids YouTube channel now, welcome. We're so glad you're here. And if you've been here for the whole year as well, we love you so much as well. Welcome to you too.
Yes.
My name is Carly.
And I'm Jacob.
And
is this season 2 of the vlog now, if we made it to a year, or is this still season 1?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, tell us what you think.
But if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe.
Yeah, come on people, you've had a whole year to subscribe. If you've just been watching, maybe today is the day when you subscribe,
Maybe today is the day. Why not? Because we do a Sunday vlog every week, and we have other fun things that sometimes come up.
We do.
So it's totally worth it. Give us a subscribe, give this video a like, because that's always fun.
Always fun.
And why not tell a friend?
So good. Yep, maybe you could start a watch party. We know BC is potentially going to start opening up pretty soon. And then you can have friends over again. It'd be pretty fun. You can have a watch party with them. You should watch with your friends.
Yeah.
That'd be super fun.
So tell someone else about it. Get them to describe. Get them to subscribe. Get them to subscribe as well.
Yep.
And when you're watching, we just really like to know who's watching with us. So what could they do?
They can subscribe. No, they can tag us you can tag us in photos on Instagram @_Horizon Kids. You can also subscribe.
I guess it's there.
It's here.
Sometimes it's here. But yeah, let us know, because it's always fun to know who's watching. And what's it time for now?
It's time for birthday!
Birthday shout outs! So exciting. We've got some birthdays to celebrate this week.
Fun fact, we didn't know what we were doing with birthdays when we started the vlog a whole year ago. And we missed a whole bunch of people's birthdays, and it got confusing and complicated, but we've sorted it out. So we've got like 3 weeks, and then we'll say all the birthdays that are in these 3 weeks, and then we will have said everyone's birthday.
Everyone's birthday.
If we haven't said your birthday over the last year, you need to get your parents, not you, because you probably don't have an email.
Probably don't have an email.
Get your parents to email Carly at horizonchurch.ca, and we'll add you in. We'll give you a birthday shout out, because we'd love to do that. And we love birthdays.
We would love to. Yeah.
We would.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of birthdays, who have we got today, Carly?
First of all, we're celebrating Mason, who turns 4 today. Today.
So exciting. Cool. And next up, we have Brazil, who turned 6 this last week. So exciting.
6.
Happy birthday.
Next, we've got Phoenix. Happy birthday, Phoenix, who turned 7 this week.
Nice. And also, Scarlett turned 9 this last week. It's very exciting. Happy birthday, Scarlett.
And then turning 10, hitting the double digits.
Double digits.
Happy birthday to Joshua.
Happy birthday, Joshua. And next up, we have Cortia, who turns 12 in the next few days.
12.
That's so exciting. Happy birthday, Cortia.
So exciting. Last, but certainly not least.
Which apparently we say every time.
Apparently, yeah. We are wishing a big, huge happy birthday to one of our amazing leaders, Jess.
Woo!
You've probably seen Jess. You probably saw her over the summer a little bit.
One of our summer interns.
She was behind the camera sometimes in front. And she's come on to play some games on the vlog a few times. So Jess she turned 18.
Wow.
So happy birthday Jess.
Nice. Well, Kylie, what are we doing now?
Now, it's time for the Weird Holiday! It's not really a weird holiday. It's not like an official one. I don't know if any of them are official.
Oh, this is a national holiday, Kylie.
But we're celebrating our YouTube anniversary, or our YouTube channel's first birthday. And because the theme for the month of March is
Superfan.
No. It's Bake Off.
Ah.
And so we thought it'd be fun to do a bit more baking this month than usual. So we're gonna make a cake to celebrate our YouTube channel's first birthday. Woo! So check it out. Hey everyone, here we are back in our kitchen at home because
we're gonna do some baking.
It's baking time.
Woo woo!
So last week we told you guys that we thought it'd be fun to do some more baking this month because the theme is Bake Off.
Bake Off.
And we asked for requests. And Jordan wrote in, he sent an email to us from his mom and gave us a really great suggestion for what to bake. So he said that we should make chocolate chip brownies.
Ooh. That sounds pretty good, Carly.
We haven't done that before.
We haven't.
So why not, right? Let's make some brownies.
Let's make some brownies. Shall I go grab Meek so she can say hello to everyone? She likes to say hello on these vlogs. I think
so, yeah. The people want to see the cat.
It's Meek.
Hi, Kitten. Say hello.
She was just sleeping.
I'm sleepy.
She's very confused. Okay, what do we need to start with, Carly?
Okay, so I found a really fun-looking recipe. Okay. And because we're also doing this because we're celebrating our YouTube birthday. So I found a recipe for birthday cake brownies.
Birthday brownies!
I'll just put a picture of what they're gonna look like right here.
Bing!
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
Nice, they look good, hey?
Yep.
Super tasty.
I think they will be delicious. I will link the recipe website.
Yep.
That's the word I was looking for.
There you go.
The recipe website in the description below if you want to make it. Maybe this won't turn out, so maybe you won't want to make it. We'll see. We're gonna review the recipe for you guys. And
they look fun though.
Let's see if it works. They look super fun.
Okay. What do we need to start with, Connie?
All right, let's get our ingredients out.
I think this calls for an ingredients time lapse.
Okay.
Many things.
These are all the ingredients we need, which is a lot. And the only thing we don't have that it asks for is white chocolate chips, but we have salted caramel chocolate chips, and they're really, really good.
Really good.
So I'm gonna use those instead.
Cool.
All right, so first thing that we need to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees.
Done.
Done. Line an 8 by 8 inch baking pan, there it is, with aluminum foil, allowing some to hang over the edges. That's such a good idea because then you can actually take it out after.
Whoa.
That's always the hard thing with brownie.
Okay, they could.
Okay, so this recipe is like two different things that you're making at the same time. So there's a birthday cake layer and then there's a brownie layer. This butter it's asking to melt is for the birthday cake layer, so we need half a cup, which is 1 stick. So put that in a bowl.
Done?
Take it. And then microwave it for 30 seconds.
Okay.
egg.
And then we're going to whisk all this together?
Probably. So 1 egg, and then light brown sugar and vanilla.
Guys, I'm excited for brownies.
1 cup of brown sugar. That is so cool. Okay guys, here's a science fact for you. I had some brown sugar in a bag that wasn't sealed fully, and it dried up like it was like rock hard. Turns out, if you put some bread, just some pieces of bread, in your really rock hard brown sugar, it softens it up completely. Like it's like totally soft.
Weird.
Now. That's so cool. Science. 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Wow.
Where's this going? In here? 1 tablespoon.
You're gonna make a mess.
Oh, there's more bread in there.
That's a piece of bread. There's another piece of bread in there. So not expecting that.
Sugar bread. Ew, look how gross this looks. Ew.
It's literally just egg and vanilla.
Do you think that would taste good?
No.
Okay. So you're doing the sugar. Okay, and then the butter will go in next. Mmm.
Whole cup of sugar.
Nice. Whisk to perfection. I found her. Hey, Meek. You gonna say anything for us? No? Just gonna sit there? Are you confused? She's not sure, Carly. Okay.
Next step is to put in 1 cup of flour and a pinch of baking powder. I've never seen that as a measurement in baking before. A pinch? I thought baking had to be like really precise.
Like, yeah, because I guess my pinch is bigger than your pinch.
Right? Pinch is such a relative measurement.
Whoa.
And a pinch, let's see what a pinch can be. I don't like the feeling. Oh, it feels so like chalky. Ugh. It's really upsetting. Oh my gosh. That's so small. Surely that's not it.
I think it is.
I'm just gonna do one more.
No, it just said.
My pinches are
Risky.
small.
Oh my goodness. If it fails now, Carly, we'll know it's because of that.
That's why. Yeah.
That would be like, oh, a cup of flour. Oh, that doesn't seem like very much. I'm just gonna double it.
No. Fold in all the chocolate chips and a 1/4 cup of sprinkles. A 1/4 cup of sprinkles.
These are gonna look so fun. Just mix these in.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, we gotta show the people. That looks so fun. Whoa. Okay, and then what next?
A 1/4 cup of, it says white chocolate chips, but we're gonna use the salted caramel chips.
Okay.
And they smell so good.
Mmm. Now, normal chocolate chips?
Yep.
Nice.
Mmm.
That's cookie dough.
Mmm. Oh, this looks good, guys.
Nice. And this is just one part of it?
Yeah, this is the cake part.
And then until just combined. Oh yeah. And then put that in. Pour half the batter into the foil-lined pan and smooth it out with a knife, a spatula, or the back of a spoon. Set the other half of the batter aside. Okay. Nice.
Isn't it good?
Oh, you can taste the sprinkles. So good. Okay, in a medium-sized microwave bowl, combine the 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter.
Whoa, this butter that's like been used for other stuff is exactly 5 tablespoons.
I am.
Which is what we need. That's amazing.
Half a cup granulated sugar. And then cocoa powder and vanilla extract. So vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon.
How much cocoa? So half a cup?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of cocoa powder. It's so like powdery.
Okay, heat on high for 45 seconds, stir, and then heat for an additional 15 seconds.
It's like... What was it on that was warm?
Oh, good. Our chocolate chips have melted. Looks like a person.
It melted to the jar. That's so weird.
Guys, you can't smell this, but that smells delicious.
So chocolatey.
Microwave time lapse. Cool, and then add in the egg and stir until mixture is well blended and thick.
This bowl is hot.
Oh no.
I'm like genuinely impressed with that brown sugar trick. I was skeptical. Okay, egg is mixed.
Okay, 1/4 cup all-purpose flour. And then a pinch of salt and a pinch of baking powder. It returns. The baking powder chalk.
Yeah, I don't want to do it again. Can you do it?
Oh, you've already touched it.
No.
Kids, that's not the best way to do a pinch of salt.
How would you do a pinch of salt?
Just reach in and pinch. I know, Okay, a pinch of...
Okay, and then mix that in.
Nope. Yeah. Until fully incorporated. Try not to overmix, as this will make your brownies chuff. So mix it until no lumps remain, but don't overmix it. Also, don't undermix it.
It's so specific.
Pour the brownie layer on top of the birthday cake layer and gently smooth it out across the pan using a knife, spatula, or the back of a spoon.
Okay. First, though, I'm gonna add some chocolate chips.
Are we allowed?
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna take some of this stuff out of the way.
Clean up time lapse.
Look at that, guys. That's the stuff. Spin you around. There you go. Extra chocolate chips. This looks good, Carly. Guys, if you end up making your own brownies, you should send us a picture.
Definitely. Nice. Now I think we add the
Yep.
the second half of the other stuff.
Top with additional sprinkles. And bake for 25 to 30 minutes or until the edges begin to pull away from the pan and an inserted toothpick comes out clean, or almost clean. That's kind of hard to spread on there, hey?
It's very difficult to spread. It says that this is a cake mix layer, but it definitely feels a bit more cookie.
It looks like cookie, hey? Cookie
Yeah.
mix.
But either I did it wrong, or it's just like that. Okay, what do we think? Is that spread?
I think that looks good, Carly. Yep.
Top with additional sprinkles.
Yeah, I think that looks good. What do you guys think?
Bake for 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Jacob,
Yep.
there's a pan in here.
Perfect. Now you can put it on there. Final shot. Goodbye!
Okay, so it's been 25 minutes.
Whoop whoop.
Here we go. Looks like the edges have
Sprinkle City.
Separated, so I think.
Let's look and focus. Yeah, that looks good. Separation has occurred.
So I think it's done. So we're just gonna need to let it cool for a little.
No, I want it now.
We'll check back in a bit once it's cooled, and we'll tell you how it tastes.
We did it, Carly.
We did it. Okay.
Oh, it just looks like a huge cookie. Okay.
All right.
Mmm.
Well, this is it. The birthday cake. It looks a little undercooked, I gotta say.
We should see, hey?
Maybe that'll make it just more delicious and gooey, right? Hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, so let's get ourselves a piece. This tinfoil bit is like my favorite little baking hack.
Came out so easily.
Cut up a slice. It is gooey. Possibly a bit too gooey.
That's right.
It's
good?
Wow.
Thank you. Look at that. Goodness.
Wow.
That is really good.
It
might be.
It does actually taste really good. I would probably say it's undercooked. Maybe it'll be better after, the next day kind of thing. But I kind of like things undercooked too.
But it's not like stick in your mouth sort of thing. It is just wonderfully gooey.
And those salted caramel chocolate chips are so good.
Is this our best baking yet, Carly?
Maybe. Could be. Well, there you have it. So, recipe tested, recipe approved. Go ahead and try it. Send us a picture. If you do, we'd love to see it. This is to celebrate our YouTube channel being 1 year old today.
Woo!
And big thank you to Jordan for suggesting that we do chocolate chip brownies for this week's baking challenge. We would love to get some more suggestions, so make sure you do that. Get your parents to DM the Horizon Kids Instagram or email me, or even some of your parents might even have my number and they can text me. Just let your parents know that you want to suggest something for us to bake and make sure we get that.
So good.
Awesome. You know what I was thinking about?
What?
So this recipe, it took a bit of time to put together, and then it took 25 minutes to bake, and then we needed to let it cool for an hour. That's a lot of waiting time. You know? And it required a lot of patience, didn't it? I know, yeah, Jacob struggles with waiting to eat baked goods for them to cool down.
No, I want it now!
But it's always worth the wait, isn't it?
It is. It's worth the wait, Carly.
Yep, and that leads us to talk about our theme. So here we go. Well,
that went great or terrible. We filmed this before we did the recording for that, so.
Well, now let's talk about our theme. Last week we started this brand new theme for the month of March, which is Bake
Super
Off. No, the actual theme is Bake Off. It's worth the wait.
It's worth the wait.
Because all month long we're talking about
patience.
Which is?
Waiting until later for what you want now.
The verse that we will be focusing on all month long is found in Psalm chapter 27, verse 14. It says,
wait for the Lord.
He's testing my patience.
Be strong and don't lose hope. Wait for the Lord.
So that's the verse we're looking at. It says wait for the Lord twice. So I think that's pretty important.
Yep.
A great verse to hold on to, keep in your back pocket, memorize.
Or your front pocket.
Or whatever pocket. And come back to when you find your patience being tested. But what's our bottom line for today, Jacob?
Our bottom line today is when you have to wait, remember what is true.
That's right. So remember what's true. We're actually going to look at a really cool Bible story. One that
Ooh, which one?
I think it's a great. No spoilers.
Okay, no spoilers.
So I just think it's great. It teaches
no
a lot of really valuable lessons.
Yep.
So I'm excited to hear that Bible story and then talk about it a little bit more after this.
Order up, my friends. It's me, Graham. And today, I'm serving up a delicious dish that's gonna make you jealous. Safety first. Double chocolate chip cookies. Taste test time. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna eat these now, they're way too hot. I'm gonna have to wait to enjoy this chewy, gooey deliciousness. Which means I'll need patience. Patience is waiting until later for what you want now. It'll be a challenge to wait, but I will do it. Do you smell that? Well, no. You wouldn't. So, let me try and describe the smell for you. Imagine you're walking along a beach made entirely of chocolate. The chocolate ocean is waving nearby. And as you breathe in, the air is a warm chocolate breeze. That's what it feels like to be in the presence of these cookies. Maybe just one bite. No cookies. Oh, I've got to think about something else. Light vegetable oil, mannequin, crock pot, cookies. No! Ah! Time to put these away. There. Now it will be easy to wait. I can still smell them. In today's story, we'll hear about a group of people who are finding it very hard to wait. And they knew better. I'll be here when you get back.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story inspired by the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verses 1 through 35.
For hundreds of years, God's people lived as slaves in Egypt. They cried out to God. And God rescued them. He led them through the midst of the Red Sea to freedom in the wilderness. And that's where he showed his love and care by providing bread from heaven and water from solid rock. 3 months later, God led his people to Mount Sinai, where they camped at the foot of the mountain in the desert. Moses was called to by God from the mountain.
Say to my people, the Israelites, you have seen for yourselves what I did to Egypt. You saw how I carried you on the wings of eagles and brought you to myself. Now obey me completely. If you do, then out of all the nations, you will be my special treasure.
Moses shared God's word with the people.
We will do everything the Lord has said.
God called Moses to meet with him on the mountaintop. Moses spoke to the elders of the Israelites before he left.
Wait here until I come back. My brother Aaron and Hur will stay with you. Anyone who has a problem can go to them.
Don't sweat it. We got this.
No one can come up. The mountain is holy.
Noted.
I'll see you soon-ish.
Have fun storming the mountain.
As Moses and his assistant Joshua began to climb the steep slopes, the glory of God settled on Mount Sinai like thick cloud and burning fire.
I will give you stone tablets. They contain the law and commandments I have written to teach the people.
Moses stayed within the cloud on top of Mount Sinai, talking with God for 40 days and nights. Meanwhile, back at the camp, the Israelites were growing restless.
I'm so, over this desert camping thing.
Yeah, that Moses seems kind of unreliable to me.
Yeah, what if he's making up all the God stuff? You know, besides the cloud and the Red Sea and food from heaven and all that.
He's certainly taking long enough. Hey, Aaron, where's your brother?
Aaron shrugged and pointed to the cloud that hovered over the mountain.
You know as much as I do.
We need someone to really take charge.
A God we can see, a God who will lead us.
Keep talking, bro.
Moses may have brought us out of Egypt, but he's just disappeared. Poof. What are you gonna do, Aaron?
Aaron was tired of the people's complaining, so he buckled under pressure.
Give me all your gold jewelry.
Aaron took all the gold the people brought him and melted it down. Then he shaped it into the form of a golden calf.
Israel, here is your God who brought you out of Egypt.
It's so shiny.
Well, when Aaron saw how excited the people were, he built an altar in front of the calf.
Tomorrow will be a feast day.
So all the next day, the Israelites brought sacrifices to honor a golden calf made out of their own jewelry. The people ate, drank, and danced wildly in front of the statue.
Who wants to walk like an Egyptian? Huh?
Not me. We just got out of there. Thanks to this amazing calf.
Back on the mountain, in the midst of the cloud, God spoke to Moses.
Go down. Your people you brought up out of Egypt have become very sinful. They have turned away from what I commanded.
Heartbroken, Moses and Joshua made their way back down the mountain. Moses carried 2 heavy stone tablets covered with the laws God had given. The 2 men stopped in their tracks.
Wait, is that the sound of war? It's not the sound of winning or losing. That's singing.
Moses and Joshua picked up their pace, scrambling down the mountainside. As they approached the camp, Moses saw the golden calf. Dazzling in the sunlight, the Israelites danced wildly around it.
Inconceivable!
Moses was so angry, he took the stone tablets and hurled them to the ground.
Stop! Stop this at once!
The music and dancing stopped. Moses marched right through the crowd, right up to the golden calf. Aaron tried to sheepishly duck away, but Moses spotted him at once.
What did these people do to you? How did they make you lead them into such terrible sin?
Okay, don't be angry. You know how these people are. They said, make us a god to lead us.
And?
And then they gave me their gold jewelry. And I threw it into the fire, and out came this calf.
Aaron couldn't look his brother in the eye. They both knew the true story.
Why didn't you wait for me? The people are running wild. We've become a joke to our enemies.
Moses toppled the golden calf into the fire to burn. Then he ground the golden calf into a fine powder and scattered it on the water.
Drink it, all of you.
This is hard to drink.
Oh, my stomach feels downright awful.
God helped his people over and over, but when they had to wait, they forgot his goodness. They chose their own way, and the consequences weren't so golden.
I have a confession to make. I didn't eat the cookies! I had patience! I have another confession to make. Sometimes I don't have patience. No, sometimes I'm more like the Israelites in the story. I trick myself into thinking I can't wait for what I want. Have you ever done that? Have you ever eaten a snack when you weren't supposed to because you couldn't wait until dinner? Have you ever found the secret hiding place for presents because you couldn't wait until your birthday to find out what you got? A lot of us have done those things even though we know better. Maybe instead of tricking ourselves into thinking we can't wait, we can remember what's true. Instead of eating that snack you're not supposed to, remember it spoils your appetite at dinner time. Instead of sneaking around and looking for presents, remember how happy it makes others when they surprise you. And if you're waiting for something big, some pain to go away or sadness to end, remember what God has done in the past. Remember his miracles. Remember his son, Jesus, who died on a cross for us and who came back to life in 3 days. Ask God to help you control what you think. Here is the one thing to remember today. When you have to wait, remember what's true. It sounds easy to control what you think, but really it takes practice. Start now and who knows? Someday you may find yourself on a chocolate beach, near a chocolate ocean, feeling a warm chocolate breeze. Ew, chocolate seagull. I don't think I'm hungry anymore.
Hey everyone! We're spending the month of March talking all about patience. Patience is waiting until later for something you want now. So, what are some things that we almost always have to wait for? Maybe waiting for food to cook, or desserts to bake, or appointments with doctors and dentists, or for school to finish, or waiting in a lineup. Maybe you can come up with some other things as well. I think that this is a really good topic for March because this is the time of year when our patience gets tested, doesn't it? Many of you who are watching for the last few weeks have probably been counting down the days, hours, minutes, and seconds until spring break. And now it's finally here. But once spring break is over, the waiting begins once again. And you'll be back to counting down the days, hours, minutes, and seconds until summer break comes, right? Well, here in Vancouver, March is a test of patience for nicer weather, too. I don't know about you, but I am done with the winter weather. Bring on the spring. Bring on flowers and sunshine and longer days. I can't wait. I get to March wishing for spring weather, but it always seems like it's a different season every single day, doesn't it? One day it's beautiful blue skies and you're outside in a t-shirt, and then the next day it's snowing or pouring rain or even hailing. I get really impatient when it comes to waiting for warmer weather. Here's an example for you. Last weekend, I bought myself some new shoes. I've been wanting a nice pair of white shoes, and in my head, I thought, it's March, which means it's spring, so white shoes are totally appropriate. But I kind of forgot that in Vancouver, spring never arrives very quickly or consistently. So now I'm going to get impatient waiting for opportunities to wear my new shoes. Or I'll just lose patience and wear them anyways, like I did today. Which probably wasn't a great idea because there's a good chance that I might face the consequences of my impatience and step in a mud puddle because it just rained yesterday. Or it could just start raining out of nowhere and my shoes, my brand new bright white shoes, will be ruined. Have any of you guys been there? As we mentioned last week, this past year in general has been a big test of patience, hasn't it? This week actually is the 1-year anniversary of the very first online church service. When we started, we definitely had no idea that we'd still be doing this a whole year later. And I think now that it's been a whole year, our patience is getting thinner and thinner. Would you agree? Or is that just me? But I actually think this year of COVID and doing church and many other things online could be a really good comparison to the Bible story that we just heard. In the Bible story, the Israelites were totally impatient, weren't they? Even though they finally were saved from slavery in Egypt and then brought through the Red Sea, they were witness to amazing miracles the entire way. They still forgot about God and His ways in just about a month. And then they made a golden statue and they danced around it like crazy, and things got way out of balance. Honestly, isn't that the same with us sometimes, though? We tend to forget how things have worked out in the past, and we worry and we get fearful, and that leads to impatience. And then we try and take things into our own hands and we mess everything up. Have you ever done that? I mean, over this past year, how many of you have wanted to give up on something because of all the COVID restrictions? And you just got so sick of waiting for things to return to normal. I mean, what if we decided that we were too frustrated with church online and we got fed up with waiting for it to go back to normal and we just gave up on church entirely? Then we would react a lot like those Israelites did. You know, for me, when I hear this story about the Israelites, I often think, wow, I can't believe they just gave up like that and turned their backs on Moses and on God. But when I think about it in a way that I can relate, like wanting to give up on church online because I was frustrated, well, then suddenly I start to realize that maybe I'm not that much better than the Israelites were. I mean, I didn't give up. And neither did you, because we're both still here, hanging on and holding on to faith. And that's awesome. But I think we can all agree that it has not been easy. Okay, so we hear this Bible story, we realize that we can relate to it. Now what? What can we do to avoid reacting the way the Israelites did? How do we stop being so impatient? It's not like you can just flip a switch and be totally fine. Patience is one of the most difficult things to get your head around. At your age, at my age, at any age really. Frustration happens when we expect things to go a certain way, and then they don't. What we really have to try to do is remember what's true. And that's our bottom line today. When you have to wait, remember what's true. And I hope it can help you in the difficult times of waiting. Remember when God was there in the hard times. Remember what it was like when you felt better after praying. Remember how God surrounded you with great friends when you came to a new school or into a new grade or a new church where you didn't know anyone. That's what the Israelites forgot to do when they were waiting. There's trust to be found in the waiting, as long as you remember what is true. So think about this question. What can you think about when it's hard to wait? In the midst of the worst kind of waiting, when do you find yourself wanting to give up? Where does your mind go? And more importantly, where should your mind go? We'll talk more about these things over the next few weeks, and we've got some questions for you at the end of this that you can discuss with your family and friends or whoever you're watching with. Find people in your life who can help you stay focused on what's true when the waiting gets really hard. And maybe you can be that person for someone else as well. So, before we finish up, let's pray together and ask God to help us when it gets really hard to wait. Dear Jesus, thank you for your word and for the things that we can learn and for all the amazing ways that it helps us in our everyday lives. We know that waiting is a part of life, and we also know that it can be pretty hard sometimes, but you know that too, and you know when it gets hard for us. So Jesus, would you help us in those times when we're starting to get impatient to remember what's true, to remember the good things that you've done for each one of us, and to remember how good and loving you are. In those times of waiting, help us to steer away from reacting the way the Israelites did and instead focusing on the good things and on the true things that you have given us. We love you, Jesus. It's in your name. Everybody said together, Amen.
Thank you, Carly, for that great message. It was fun to film outside today as well. So it's a bit of a different place for the message. But we have 3 questions for you guys today to discuss at home. And so why don't you give us our first question today, Carly?
So the first question that you can discuss with your family or whoever else you might be with is, when do you tend to lose patience and forget what is true? What is that thing for you that just tends to, get you
Just
so frustrated, right? So in the message, I was saying how for me, it's waiting for the warm weather. In this kind of mid-season, spring, winter kind of time, I just get so impatient with the rain and the cold, and I just want it to be done. What about you, Jacob? What tests your patience?
When the bus or train I'm waiting for is delayed.
You start to forget what is true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a good one. Okay, so discuss those guys.
Yep.
Next question. If you had been on the scene when the Israelites started planning the golden calf construction project, what would you have said to get them back to what was true and do the right thing?
Yeah, I think that's a really cool question. So if you were in that story, the Bible story we heard earlier, and you were in the group, and the group was like, I give up on everything, let's build this golden calf and just start worshiping that instead, because who knows when Moses is coming down. If you were there, what would you have said to the group to try and bring them back and remind them what they're doing there and what they need to remember? I think that's a really fun discussion.
Fun question. Yep. And our final one today is,
what are some things you believe without a doubt to be true about God? And you can brainstorm that with your family and whoever else might be there and talk about those things. Make a list, write them down even, and keep them maybe on some Post-it notes in your Bible or on your mirror, just places where you'll remember them. So that when you do find yourself in those situations where you're frustrated and you're getting impatient and you're losing your way a little bit, you can look at those and remind yourself, right, I know that these things are true about God and I can't forget them in this moment.
So good. That's great.
Well, there we go.
That's it. That is vlog number 53. Woo! And we will see you next week for vlog number 54.